Hi, this is Shiva Rajaya from vitalcoaching.com. Welcome to Maui! Woo! This trip has been in the making for about, a good 20 years, I must say. Oh man, I'm so happy to be here. The topic for this video is food optimization. You know, there is a simple principle when you want to gain a certain sense of life mastery, and it has really to do with food. How much you eat, what do you eat? Over the last 7 to 8 years, I've been shifting to raw food, and there's been such a massive transformation in the way I feel energetically. I cannot even believe it. Even now I'm still optimizing certain aspects of my diet, eating more greens, having herbs and some more green juices and smoothies, and eating, you're using a little bit more of superfoods. And over the last year, there has been a gradual, progressive optimization of what I eat, and I'm starting to buzz and feel so high on an energetic level, which is just crazy. I'm enjoying this so much, and I want to give you a few hints. When you want to shift your diet, many people will go like, okay, I've been eating meat and cooked food for a long time, and then suddenly they decide to shift to raw food or make some very drastic changes. And it's not a strategy or an approach that I would recommend. I would not either recommend going into suppression strategies where you try to cut your hunger or try to suppress something that you are craving for. This is not the point. The point, or the best tactic, is really to make very little shifts, very little changes, one at a time, that you can easily afford. This is the thing that works on the long term, because otherwise it's like running a marathon. If you base your food optimization tactics or strategies on suppression tactics, on really high discipline tactics, then believe me, sooner or later you will fail and you will fall out of your strategy and basically go back to the old eating pattern or eating habit. If you want to sustain long-term changes, these changes must be affordable. You need to understand all the principles concerning emotional association that you have with food. For instance, every time you eat something and you feel that this food is not good for you, there might be all sorts of reasons why you are eating that. Some of it has to do with education, with the emotional association that you have with this food. So it doesn't just feed, your body. It actually creates a whole chain reaction of emotions in your body that makes you feel good. So when you try to shift and that specific eating habit, for instance, suppose that you eat lots of pastas, right? And you want to stop eating pastas, you have to replace, find substitutions for these pastas, find substitutions for the emotional association that you have with that specific food, so that you don't lose the pleasure and the fun that you have from eating. This is not about discipline. Eating must be fun, it must be a pleasure, it must be something that you are enjoying, because if you don't, you will start missing it sooner or later. If you just base eating on a certain dietary discipline, it's simply not going to work. You need to have fun, you need to enjoy it, you need to position yourself from a place where it's smart and it's sustainable on the long term. So to do that, you have to identify, one step at a time, what is the very simple shift that you can make in your diet right now. What is the very simple shift that is affordable that you can make in your diet, and that is going to take you one step closer to what you want to eat, ideally on the long term. So it might mean, cutting the portions by 70 to 80% maybe, or it might mean having healthy snacks, or a little bit more fruit, or a little bit more vegetables, or start making a smoothie every day. It's a very simple change, it's not a radical change. And if you keep making changes like that over a period of a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, then you will notice that your diet radically changes. How did I shift to a raw food diet? I started making smoothies, a little bit more smoothies. I didn't change anything else, but I just changed smoothies. And then after a while, after 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I started making way more salads in the evenings. So I started cutting on things like pastas and rice. Anything that was cooked grains, I started, you know, slowly diminishing the amount of I was having of it. And why did I do that? Part of it is because of knowledge, but a lot has to do with just instinct. I was tuning into what my body felt, and so I started integrating that. The smoothies was fantastic, you know, it was an incredible change in the way I was having breakfast in my life. So this is the idea. You know, there is much more to say about that. But what I want you to keep in mind is just the simple principle: food optimization. How can you optimize your diet so that you thrive, so that your body gets exactly the nutrients, the vitamins, the fun, the delight, the bliss that it deserves? Okay, this is the idea. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions on that, you know where to find me, right? vitalcoaching.com. I look forward to speak with you soon. Bye bye.